What is good, TPA Podcast? It's your boy Big Holla. I got a special, very near and dear to my heart guest right here.
Smiling already. That's crazy. You're crazy. This is crazy.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, my boy.
Hi guys. I'm Omar, aka OHMEEZZY, brother Omar, AMP Omar.
Okay.
No, stop it. Kanye in training. I'm Omar.
Affiliate Omar.
Stop. I hate that. I hate that so much. I did hate that title so much.
Okay, so give me the rundown of your aliases. All right, so we'll go from back to front. All right, so this is gonna be a funny podcast.
All right, come on.
So we got Affiliate Omar. Where'd that come from?
Stop doing that. Stop.
Oh my. Yeah.
Brother Omar.
Okay, Brother Omar
was probably the first one. My brother, Lo, Legend of Winning.
Okay.
You know, YouTube's favorite basketball commentator.
Yo, I'm glad he got his Spaces eligibility back.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's the craziest thing. I ain't gonna lie, they murked me today too.
For real?
Yeah, but I think it was too many Spaces going on at the same time. So.
Cause I had joined your joint, it was like disconnect. I said, "This is what that Fayetteville internet gets you."
No, don't be me. Sometimes it literally be Twitter.
That's crazy.
Be marking it. I ain't gonna lie.
So, Brother Omar didn't come from you like preaching to people.
No.
Oh, really?
Preaching. It's literally because I am Legend of Winning's brother, not brother. Like that's my friend or whatever.
Yeah.
Blood relative. OHMEEZZY, my YouTube channel.
Okay.
OHMEEZZY. 2 E's, 2 Z's, 1 Y. Kanye in training.
What's that supposed to be?
That's my Instagram alias.
What made you get that name?
I ain't gonna lie. Kids, if you're ever making any handle, email, or whatever, think long term.
Yeah.
I did that when Instagram came out.
For real?
I was in like middle school, early high school.
You can't change it to OHMEEZZY?
I don't think you can change your...
Yeah.
I feel like it's me though now, right?
Yeah, OHMEEZZY.
It's crazy though, because people be looking at me crazy as hell.
I could never find you on Instagram. I always have to remember the Kanye in training part.
And that's why it's terrible. That's why it's one of the worst names. For a branding standpoint, it's one of the worst names out.
Yeah.
But it's me, bro. That's what I'm trying to do every day. We're trying to be like Kanye every single day.
Like, when you say be like Kanye, in what aspects are you talking about?
I mean, some would say slavery was... no, I'm playing. But, no, just from a fashion sense, just thinking on a higher plane. And mind you, that was a different Kanye when I made the name.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
Yours was like George Bush Kanye.
Yeah. This is not recent, red hat. No. It's not none of that Kanye. What else? AMP Omar. Okay. That's a crazy thing to say. No, but I do behind the scenes work for AMP.
You really do a lot of work though.
People don't realize that. People do not realize that. I try to explain to people what I do, and it's probably one of the hardest things to ever do. Yeah. So I sum it up by saying like management, even though that's not the right title.
You should be like Tyler Perry in training. That's why I call you. So, like when I explain to people what you are to AMP, he's like Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying?
Because now I'm imagining me in like a Medea wig.
No, but not the Medea part though. I'm talking about the other.
You know what's funny about Tyler Perry?
What?
I don't know if you ever noticed this. Every time Tyler Perry needs a sex symbol, he puts himself in there and tries to make himself sexy.
Oh yeah, with the nice beard. You know what I'm saying?
He's not sexy, right? Like objectively, he's not an attractive man.
I never really paid attention.
He a regular dude. He a regular dude.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's been scenes where he's like in a wife beater with a little sweat on it. Tyler Perry ain't never worked on a car in his life. So, hey, you know what? I take it. He might have when he was broke.
Oh my.
Recently, he's not doing that. So he'll put he'll spray put a little oil right there and then turn. And then the love interest will be like, oh my God. But no woman is doing that for Tyler
real life.
Perry. No, not for Tyler Perry.
Maybe in Atlanta now they will though. You know what I'm saying? They know it. He built that big old compound.
That nigga is shaped like a box, a refrigerator box, all right?
Oh man, but nah, you're like, to me, you're like the Tyler Perry of the whole situation. You make sure like the scenes are set up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, no, matter of fact, you tell them what you do for AMP.
Oh my God! All right, so originally where it started is that agent wanted somebody to just remember some of the small stuff. Yeah. So like memory cards, batteries were charged, and if they needed like a folding table or some chairs or like a referee shirt to a set, I was just gonna bring that. I was gonna, swipe a card, buy it, or if we had it already, get it from storage, bring it.
Yeah.
That graduated into somehow, making video concepts, being responsible for the thumbnail, executing that video concept, really bringing it to life. So that goes from like casting people, location scouting, making videos. There's several videos on the channel that I've like from top to bottom made the concept and everything. They
like
just,
executive produced.
Yeah, and they just
like
pulled up. And they just pulled up on set and literally just performed like Will Smith would or something like that.
Yeah.
And then just left.
How hard is it to like put together like a set and then like that video not even get used?
I feel like, I think the other thing that makes it just a little bit easier is I'm there, so I understand why some stuff doesn't get used. But in basketball, they call it like a shooter's mentality. Like, you shoot, and once you shoot it or whatever, no matter the outcome, you just got to go back and do what you got to do. So
Facts.
even if it takes a week, days, hours putting it together, I'm sweating, I'm limping because something happened, or, I'm really just tired, and we get there and it doesn't get used. Literally, the thought process is, all right, what's next? Like, literally, what's next? Because we got to get something out. We didn't get this one out. We got to get something out. So what's next?
How hard is it? Because obviously we've all done like school projects. Some of us have had jobs, worked with them on a level of like difficulty. How is it making the AMP videos as being a behind the scenes person?
It's the worst thing ever. I ain't gonna
really.
I know that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. I feel like group projects are terrible.
Yeah.
Group projects are one of the worst things ever. So, and what AMP is trying to do is be different. And I think that that's something that's very, 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 very underrated. We're trying to push the boundaries of YouTube. So, because we could go out there, we could do a 3v3 tournament every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We could do a 5v5 basketball trick shot video. No shots to anybody out there that does that.
If you make it from here, you get the prize video type
thing. But I'm not too hyped up about those videos.
Yeah.
No, let me stop. No, but yeah, I'm not. I can't really like that's not pushing the boundaries of what YouTube is. That's doing the thing. We could have just smashed or pass or whatever. That's cool. But we recreate shows within the scope of what we have. I mean, we create concepts within the scope of what we have. So why I put it at a 10 is, one, it's breaking out of the box of being a YouTuber. Especially as somebody who wasn't a YouTuber, that's challenging. Yeah. But then two, is working with 6 other geniuses, like legitimately geniuses. And they all have great ideas. And it's there's still a level of unstructuredness that comes with YouTube. So working with 6 geniuses in an unstructured environment, trying to prove that the person who I was selling glasses before this. Yeah, I was legitimately working at Lens Crafters when I got the call from agent like, yo, if you want to help out with AMP, I didn't even know what AMP was. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
That's crazy.
So yeah. Working with 6 geniuses, proving that the guy selling glasses now knows what he's doing. It's a fight every day. It's a fight every video, but it gets better and better, and we just keep trying to push the boundaries and push the boundaries and push the boundaries.
I think the thing that you're good at, especially after like the Thanksgiving video, is like as content creators, we know what we need to put into the editing process, but like an outside mind, like not necessarily a consumer, but like somebody who doesn't necessarily think on the creative track, you need somebody to be there to, maybe y'all should do this, or maybe we have to get this done, instead of just the creative stuff, right? That's
right.
Create in the moment. So I think that's really good. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting there with your glasses, we're in a sport coat.
Yeah, I had a little blazer on or whatever, a shirt from Walmart. But you're absolutely right. I think again, in the nature of content creation, and it's funny, I found out something today about I like to call it the other side of YouTube.
What do you?
And I don't even know how deep we can get into this, but to be honest with you, there's a color divide in everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To be honest with you, so I recently found out today, in fact, like how some white YouTubers do things, as opposed to how we black YouTubers do things.
You mean like wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, start filming content, that type of?
Damn near. It's much more structured. It's much more structured over there, and it's a lot more free flowing. Creativity.
Hold up, you mean it's free flowing on the other side?
No, it's free flowing on the black side.
But I think that's why we create the stuff that everybody uses.
And that's true.
When you try to stick in a lane, you don't deviate for no new creations, right? So you may get something like Kai start to get sturdy in a video. Maybe that wasn't in the mind of them over here, but once he does it and you see that it attracts the crowd, then let's start doing this. Or even Chris, when he do the little dancing thing, it's a meme now. Every video Chris do and go into the little dance moves. That's something that may not happen over there, because they said when the Simo guy walks in, you do this, but Chris would turn it into something else. So I think that's why we have like the creative stuff. But you can go ahead, continue on.
And I don't disagree with you. I guess it's like a point of preference. Yeah. And also about, how much money can be made. Because I do feel like at some point there's caps and stuff like that. But when you're less structured, it allows for a lot more creativity. Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts about that concept. But when you are definitely structured, I mean, that thing is like a well-oiled machine. You know what Trello is? Trello is like this little organization app. And essentially you could put different projects within Trello. Okay. And, it just spans across. So if you were making a video, you would put like title here, thumbnail here in this column, key talking points, what process the video is in. So we're recording, we're in editing, we're in review or whatever. And then it's the end of it. Yeah. I seen somebody's Trello today. Normally, somebody's Trello might have 12 things. I literally saw somebody's Trello had 150 title ideas. And this is something they're supposed to accomplish in the month of February. They post 5 times in February. That's it. Yeah. But they have 150 title ideas. 300 thumbnail ideas. Like that. But that's the level of organization. But how creative can you be when you're so rigid is the question. And I think that's what AMP is trying to do. Push those boundaries. Be as creative as possible. Does that mean we have to be unstructured sometimes? Be late, come late to shoots, stay later at shoots and stuff like that? Yeah. Is it more of a headache? Absolutely. Is the end product great?
For sure.
There we go.
I think people get caught in that, but I don't know. Like when you get rigid, you just lose the opportunity for growth. And like you can put out that product repeatedly. That's why movies have the same format. But then you have something like YouTube come along where the format's a little different, right? Or regular TV, it's intro, commercial, up into the climax, commercial. You know what I'm saying? But with the YouTube video, and the advent of YouTube, we could put the advertisements anywhere. So if this video needs 6 of them, we'll put 6. If this video needs 15, we'll put 15. So I think that's pretty, but I don't know. I think if you can exist like in the middle area of being structured and being creative, that's like the sweet spot of content.
For sure. I think people... You'll lose a lot less sleep if you're structured. But you're right, your content is gonna suffer somewhere. But trust me, some days I would love structure. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I'm from structure, and I thought when I had structure, I thought it was pretty loose structure. Yeah. But hopping into an environment where there's truly no structure is one of the worst things ever. And I don't know if I was like of a military background, I'd probably have the hardest time doing this, to be quite honest with you.
For real?
Yeah, because, military people, I mean, their alarm clock goes off at this time and they're on intervals. Like they have to be here by here by here. And we just don't work. It's truly free flowing. We might go to LA. Like I might get a text later on night, like you're going to LA, and I gotta be at the airport type shit. Yeah. So it's a little bit different, but I feel like it's getting better with, you know, we can get into that middle ground where there's more structure, but it's still not compromising the content. So
were there ever any times where you're like, I can't do this anymore? Like, bro, I'm done. Tell me about those moments.
It's moments of we agree to something, but then when we get on set,
it changes.
And that was definitely more in the earlier phases. And then also, I mean, I'm an A-type personality. I feel like I know everything or whatever the case may be too. So I feel like I know what's best. And I would, like, if I was doing this, if I was AMP, if I was all 6 members, I would have did it like this.
Yeah.
Or I would be doing this, or I would be doing that. But they don't approach it like that. So there's been different moments like that I would have did. And then also there's several videos where we have a plan.
And it just...
and when we get on set, I mean, from the jump, plan switches. And I'm like, yo, my brain hurts. I spent so much time creating a plan. If we would just start with it, I promise you, you'd like it.
Yeah. Who do you think gives the most alterations to the plans?
Agent and Chris. No questions asked. Agent and Chris.
Do you think that's from like them looking at it from like an editing perspective?
Chris especially, and he's even said this. If he doesn't like the video personally, he's a little less motivated to edit. Now, will he get the job done? He'll get the job done. But
by Monday?
By Monday. We good. We 1 for 1 for February, I think.
Okay.
No, probably not. I ain't gonna lie. Actually, we did miss a week. I was finna say something wild, but we love you, Susan. Yeah, it was a YouTube reason though. But if he doesn't like the way that something is going, then he's a little less motivated to edit. But my remedy for that has been recently, like, anytime we're at a major impasse or point of emphasis or something like that, my first thought is, I gotta find Chris. I need to ask him right now, because if he gets this footage and he calls me and says, yo, Omar, this is ass, bro. We need something to spice this up. Can you grab a cam, go down here, film this bird flying or whatever the case? Yeah. I'm gonna be upset.
Okay.
Because I had plans that day type shit. So, and it's literally been like that. Like, it's been times where he's asked, like, yo, pick this cam up, drive all the way across town, film this B-roll, and then upload it, and then I'll add that because I need to add something to this video. So that's the remedy for him. Agent, I don't know. We just go back and forth on set.
Yeah.
And then whoever caves or we put it to a vote or whatever, it is what it is. But Chris and Agent are by far, and it's for, again, geniuses. So usually I just, all right, fuck it, y'all got the right idea.
I think people don't understand how talented AMP is. Because, like, to be honest, I never been around, like, I can see the clear difference in, like, the beginner YouTubers and then, like, the mid-tier YouTubers. And then, like, when you get around, like, the S-tier YouTubers, you can see the difference in, like, the way they move.
That's
right. So I forgot why I even brought that up, but I think I don't know, like, you don't understand how talented they are until you see the behind the scenes stuff. And it's like I think what, especially Kai, Agent, all of them actually, like, they are able to be themselves on camera, because a lot of people be acting.
Yeah.
Like, true. And having seen the people who act, then get around them and like, oh, this is really y'all, right? You can see why their content works because they're not pretending.
That's facts.
So, but when was the time y'all did a video where you was like, yo, this is about to be the one, and it totally tanked?
I ain't gonna lie. We don't have too many tankers.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. Maybe the only one that I could think of that was like that is Barbershop.
Okay.
The Barbershop video. And the reason why is because, you know, people were asking for it. Like, people were like, yo, I want to do, we want to see y'all do barbershop. Y'all tried it last year. It didn't work. So I thought we was going to go to the moon with that one.
Yeah.
It didn't do hot at all. And then the other one, and it was for other reasons though, but paintball, literally, I thought I had paintball down to the T.
Yeah.
I was way
that video came out?
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. The problem was, a huge part of the problem was, literally, it doesn't snow in Atlanta.
Yeah.
This was like 2 years ago. We caught it on the one day that year that it snowed.
That's crazy.
Literally. And it was, 20 degrees, windy, all that stuff. And we were way outmatched from like an ability to capture that. If we did it today, I think we could get it done. Okay. But we were way outmatched. We had 2 cameras in the middle of a field, of a paintball field, and thought we was going, and not drones, but GoPros. All of them froze at some point. And then I had a drone. I was flying the drone. My battery dies on my phone. When it dies, it's supposed to land.
Yeah.
The drone flew across 285. I kid you not. And I have the footage. I have the footage. It flew across 285, hit a Juicy Crab billboard, and fell in the ditch.
That is crazy. The AMP documentary gonna be tough. But when's the time where you thought like, yo, this video is about to be trash, and it ends up blowing up?
Damn, I didn't like the Truth video that we just did. There's been several times. I ain't gonna lie. And let me say, it's not that I think it's trash. Mm-hmm. It's that I think we should have recorded it a certain way or did a certain thing. Okay. And we didn't execute on it. And I'm like, man, this is a huge mistake.
And it ends up turning
out. Bro code. Wait. Bro code is one. It didn't turn out good. That's one that I knew was gonna flop though, but it didn't turn out good. AMP Haunted Escape Room. I thought that was gonna go so much better. It was Halloween time.
Yeah. And that was one of y'all's like shorter videos too, right?
Yeah. It didn't do too hot in the beginning, especially. It didn't do too hot. There's like not one memorable thing. I think everybody literally hated it after they got done with it too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How is it getting people motivated in those situations? Because obviously these are people who like, yo, we got our own brands. We really are here because we just want to be. Like, how is it trying to get people on track in the video shoot?
Well, I will say this, mid-shoot, because they are the talents that they are, they're trying to make the best out of it. Like, yeah. And especially, I would say, Kai is the best content creator. Bro, what? Yeah, just objectively speaking, Kai is the best just solo content creator. Like, he can just make whatever happens happen. Yeah. If I said, Kai, I want to shoot a video, me going to the grocery store, he would ask, so what are we doing? I'm going to the grocery store. I got a list of items to get. Yeah. And that's going to be the video. He's going to try to make the best video out of going to the grocery store that he can. Mm-hmm. So whatever video, if it was AMP plays Uno, trying to make the best content possible, all of them. All of them. And then I guess from there, you know, they might have their feelings. They might say words after the actual shoot. But from there, it's up to like me and Chris to try to make the video the best that it can be from like a behind the scenes production or after shoot production standpoint.
Okay. Okay. This is something I noticed too, because like AMP started with 4 members, mm-hmm. and that was Agent Davis, Duke, and Phantom. Okay. So now y'all gotten to the point where like other people are being invited into the video. How is it working with people outside of AMP when you include them in videos?
It depends. Let me say this. There's a huge difference between a YouTuber and anybody else. Okay. I don't even care if you have acting experience. I don't care if you do Twitch streaming. I don't care if you do if you're not a YouTuber And it depends on the type of YouTuber. But if you're not a YouTuber, there's a huge difference between a YouTuber and somebody else.
Yeah.
We've had Twitch streamers, and I'm not going to talk about who the Twitch streamers are. We've done Twitch streamers that didn't perform so well on like videos.
Yeah.
Mind you, we've only had like 2 Twitch streamers in any video.
Okay.
But we've had we've had Twitch streamers that didn't do so well on video. And it's kind of hard to get them to understand, like, you know, I need you to be energetic. YouTube videos are faster paced. There's a lot going on a lot of times. Like, we need you to be, you know, on point. So in that sense, it's hard. Sometimes also I just need like a woman to look pretty. I don't need you to do too much. And then lastly, like, it's hard to get them to understand, like, this isn't your show. I've had people like that too.
I noticed that a lot when I come, like, when I be around at shoots. I'm like, yo, bro, like, calm down, my boy.
I'll call names later.
Yeah.
There's specifically there was a recent incident, and I'm just sitting back, and I'm like, yo, bro,
calm down just a little
this
bit.
is not your thing.
Yeah.
I need you to be an accessory.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy. But working with people is cool. I think branching out is cool. It's just hard finding the right people to branch out to, because like you just said, people act.
Yeah.
So it's hard to.
I be trying to be myself in videos, and I think who I am naturally as a person, I'm very like, until I'm comfortable around you, I don't be myself, right?
Same.
So I think like sometimes even when I come to AMP shoots, like I don't be trying to be in the mix like that, because like I haven't spent enough time around y'all for y'all to know like who I am and I know how to bounce my jokes off you. I know how to bounce because the jokes I tell you aren't the same jokes I would tell Snipe or something like that. And the same jokes I would say to Snipe, I wouldn't say to Chris or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of it, but some people just come there like, this is my 15 minutes of fame.
That's exactly what they think. That's exactly what they think. And I think, you know, maybe a bad part about it is like, and it's not bad. I don't think it's bad, honestly. This was supposed to happen. The woman from Love and Basketball, Lolo, the white woman, the only white one in Love and Basketball.
Okay, yeah.
She had parlayed her appearance in AMP, and mind you, from what I remember, she told me at least like, yo, this is my last week in Atlanta. Like, even before this was my last week in Atlanta. The casting agent had called me, so I said I would do this one last thing, but this is my last week in Atlanta. I'm about to go out there, content create. I just graduated from college. I'm about to really make it big.
Yeah.
You know, okay, that's fine. I don't care. I don't really believe you either, but I don't really care to formulate an opinion. But that's exactly what she did, though. She took that opportunity, made something out of, you know, herself. Now she's dating Destroying, the football dude.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, Yo, okay, all right. Yeah, but she's dating Destroying.
That's some crazy news to drop on Black History Month.
I know, it was crazy, right? But she's dating him, and she turned it into like a thing. And also the woman off of Bachelor. Not that she turned it into something consistently, but like one of her biggest videos is the reaction to the AMP Bachelor. So people think that they can get that. Sometimes it don't work like that. And what they don't realize is you're putting a bad taste in not even the AMP members' mouths, because that's another thing people don't understand.
Yeah.
Putting a bad taste in their mouths only goes so far. The minute you put a bad taste in my mouth, you will never be back.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's crazy, but it's true.
What was your worst incident with somebody? You don't gotta say their name.
This is crazy.
You don't gotta say their name, but like, what was your worst experience with somebody who you invited to like a set, or anybody that invited to a set?
It was the paintball set, and I didn't even think it was crazy, but the paintball set, there was somebody there that was just loud, just crazy loud. Just, I mean, even when we were trying to, you know, have conversation, you know, trying to give some exposition as to what's going on or whatever in the video, just loud. And it was like, I know you're trying to be on camera right now, but you are just loud. And the same thing happened recently in somebody else's video, not an AMP video. but they were just loud. They were really, 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 really loud, trying to be in the frame all the time, as much as they can, and just loud. That doesn't go well with it. Doesn't go well with me, to be honest with you.
Do you think you have more mishaps like that with like
Men.
females? Okay,
Men. I haven't. You know, it's funny. Kai was like, I had a stream. He was like, he had a stream where somebody that he was supposed to be on a date with, all she kept doing was referencing like what she did or whatever. So he was like, you know, what do you do for fun? And she was like, oh, what I do for fun is I do lashes. Yeah, you could check out. And he was like, oh, for real? He was like, yeah, you can check out my work on my lash page at XYZ. Like, she said that on stream.
Yeah.
Then he was like, okay, well, what job do you have? Well, for work, I do lashes. You can follow my lash page at XYZ. He's like, okay, so what, you know, what were some things that you did as a kid that you know, like some traits that you have as a kid? Trait being really good at doing lashes. Like, I've never had that experience with women though. I really haven't. The women that I work with are professional as fuck. It's the men, and it's.
I think women be really down for people's campaign. Dudes, you gotta be very wary of like the dudes you bring around, because dudes more than women have the main character syndrome. So when they come in, they're like, how can I become the main? Look, I have been around YouTubers, bro. This is why people don't see me around.
It's YouTubers, though. I'll tell you that, too. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
it's YouTubers. It's YouTubers that do it.
I have been around YouTubers who will walk into a room, and I have genuine, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You're a content creator. If we click on a friendship, we'll probably hang around each other more. We'll end up making good content, and we could all blow up. I've been around content creators who will walk into a room and say, yo, how can I make this person's fans my fans? How do we take their fans?
Somebody said that?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's why there's people who see me around. That's why I be around Snipe. Because Snipe, solid from the gate, I'm going to always ride with Snipe. There may be people you see pop up in a picture and go away. Because, like, it's like, bruh, all we have to do, stop trying to be greedy. Everybody's moving the machine forward. The people who are before you, they're going to pave the road further for you. That when you go, it's easy for you up until there, and then you push it as far as you can push it. Instead of trying to knock they snowplow off the road so you can get all the glory, it's crazy.
But people don't understand that too. Like, even in my situation, the ones that get opportunities in AMP videos, it might sound like favoritism. They also are the best though, because they're also more comfortable with the AMP members. Are the ones that came off as genuine in the beginning. Personally, me, I've seen people try to use other people, thinking that was the way to get in.
Yep.
And no knock to him, no shade to him. Specifically, like Waleed, they'll use Waleed as a way to get in, and they don't even realize that he's not the one. To be quite honest with you. But they'll do it in front of me. I
see it though. Waleed is a very good person, right?
He's friendly too. I mean, he just wants to be outgoing and all that stuff.
But that's what people see that, and they're like, "Yo,
that's my win. That's my win.
I'm gonna hang around Waleed. I see it too. I'm not,
yeah."
But yeah, bro, that's crazy.
No, it mainly happens with YouTubers. I haven't gotten too many women. I think maybe it's because they recognize the audience or something like that. Like, this isn't gonna reach the lash audience, so it doesn't necessarily matter. But you know, I don't see it too much with women. I definitely see it more with other YouTubers. And like you said, they come in with main character syndrome, even on a platform that's clearly bigger than theirs, and you just look like a goofy.
Yo.
So it is what it is.
What's some of the worst like clout chasing stories you could tell about your experience in YouTube?
I've seen somebody, man. We did I should have said that one. But we did a video, and you know, at the beginning of it, the person was just all in Duke and Kai and Phantom's face. Just literally just in their face, sneak making TikToks. Like, you know,
bro, listen, let me tell you something. I was at an AMP shoot, bro, and somebody was on FaceTime the whole shoot, recording the shoot. Well, or showing, I don't know if they were recording it, but I know they were showing somebody the whole AMP shoot. Like, they were showing their friend. I'm like, you don't got to do that.
And mind you, I think sometimes I forget that I work with like people that are bigger than, but at the same time, I'm like, man, if you knew these guys are just like regular dudes, like high key, they this is regular. I could maybe see if we was filming something with like truly on like a Tyler Perry feature, Michael B. Jordan feature, and you know what I'm saying? But this is crazy that you're doing it. So dude was sneak making TikToks. You know, you can turn the volume down but still have the audio. Yeah. So we'll know what the audio is, recording it like this. And then at one point, it got to the end of the shoot. This person legitimately, and I saw him. I watched him. Yo, I lost my phone. Can I have your phone to look around for it? Like I just need to call it real quick. And then dude pulls out his phone to type in the number. He says, "Oh, I got you. Takes his phone, types in the number,
and calls himself.
But in that process, saves his number and follows himself on Instagram.
We'll talk about that after the pod, because I gotta know, who is that filthy of a person, bro? That is crazy. Yeah, that's some
weirdo behavior.
I don't know why people feel like they have to do that. I feel like people feel like they don't belong there. That's why. Like, some people don't think they really have the talent to get.
That's true.
To certain places. So when they're there, they're gonna take as much advantage as they can.
I will also say like two things. One, you have to recognize that even if you are in this space, you're there for a reason. Yeah. And you have the opportunity to come back. You thinking that this is the way for you to get back is wrong. Mm-hmm. The way for you to get back is to be genuine, be entertaining, be funny, something like that, to get you to come back multiple times. And then two, I think with the first half, because I think we're done with it, the first half of like the YouTube people, there were a lot of people who caught luck. More luck than anything.
You talking about the people who were in the beginning of YouTube?
But I mean, I still think we're in like the beginning stages. Like the beginning probably just ended. Like, where people weren't taking it as serious of like a business, running their channels as a business. They were just creating videos. But a lot of those people caught luck. Yeah. They just caught a lot of luck. It's a lot of 2K YouTubers with big followings, a lot of trend jacking, smash or pass. I told my mom I got prank a girl videos. Pregnant. Prank videos. They caught lightning in a bottle. They caught a lot of luck. Reactions to music, and then I have 220K subs, so I try to pivot. But a lot of that wasn't good content. It was just they did what was popping at the moment. They caught some pockets, and then they blew off of that. Mm-hmm. But now, when there's certain machines pushing YouTube and YouTubers, and now you actually have to put out good content, those people are struggling. Yeah. So they think now, okay, I got an opportunity with AMP. This is going to be the way, and I'm going to do it just like this. But little do they know, that's the same shit you was doing. Yep. That got you in the situation you are in right now. Yep. It's disgusting. I always wondered if I have a dream, a vision, and if anybody wants to grant the wish, I'll take the grant of the wish. If I could see how two things are run, actual movie or TV show sets are run, and then how like 2 Hype runs there behind the scenes.
I could get you into the TV one.
Oh, I thought you was going to say 2 Hype.
No. But no, I could get you into the TV one. It's actually very crazy. It's way more like, you talk about structure. If you talk about doing one scene 45 times, bruh, like one angle of 1 minute of a movie could take like 3 hours, bruh. It is actually like painstaking how many times they do it. Cause it was they were shooting for this Netflix show, and I was on the set. And I'm like, yo, I gotta go, bro. I thought I was gonna show up for like 2 hours, shoot this one scene, and I was gonna be out. And then I'm pretty sure after I left, they had to, cause continuity, I wasn't in some of the angles in the seat that I was in. So I'm pretty sure for continuity, they probably.
Oh, you just left?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's crazy. I just told somebody. What the heck?
Nah. I thought I was just, because I really wasn't going to be in it. Somebody was like, hey, yo, I need something from you. Can you come drop it off? While you're here, we're doing this. You know what I'm saying? Just hop in it. It was like, I didn't plan to be in it. Got you.
You didn't make no commitments.
Yeah, I didn't make no commitment. So when it was like, they called a water break, your boy was gone, never came back. No cap.
But you know what's crazy? Agent said this about Kai, because Kai, one of his New Year's resolutions was like get into acting. And I do know some of that. He was like, he wouldn't like acting.
Kai would not like acting at all.
But that's what I mean about the unstructured side of the creativity and everything like that. When you really understand that there's an X on the ground, and you can't move from this X because everything behind you is set so meticulously, this light,
one X,
this camera and everything. Once you move off this X, we have to reset everything.
Yup.
I don't think he would actually like acting, and like they don't understand that. But that's the beauty of being on YouTube. Mm-hmm. You have that creative freedom to not be on that X.
Yeah, but that's why Kai is a top streamer though, because like streaming takes spontaneity. He is the spontaneity king, right? He could take thin air and make it a spectacle, right? So with acting is just so different, because it's like, hey, you can do some spontaneous things. You could throw a little spice on this line, do a little.
But you know who you gotta be to do that? You gotta be someone. You can't. This can't be your first acting gig, nigga. Let me work my butt off, get my first acting gig, and then come up there my first acting gig. Yo, I know I'm supposed to say this, but let me do this, nigga. And I'm on a Warner Brothers set with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah, facts.
And I'm over here. Fuck it, Jack. And I'm going crazy. Like, they're going to be like, whoa.
But if you're in Tyler Perry's Boo 3, you might be able to get away with that.
And deadass, he going to look at me crazy too. I know you're not stepping on Medea's lines. You wildin', boy. That's exactly what he would say. Like, they would look at me crazy. So I don't think, there's a lot of YouTubers who have that dream and that vision. Because that's another, I mean, and part of the reason why I know that's because Agent was like that. They did that. They did some stuff for House of Highlights during All-Star Weekend. Mm-hmm. And him and Duke were like, yo, we had to stand on this square for like so long just to be on TV for a minute. And it was miserable. It was miserable.
Yeah.
High key.
Do people ever notice you out?
All the time.
How does that feel?
Lie. It's weird. It's weird, but it's cool. I like to get, when I find out where they know me from, I feel like that's the best feeling. You know, people know me from AMP videos. That's fine. But when they know me from like my podcast, or when they know me from like my personal channel, it's like, oh wow, that's crazy. This is crazy. That's good. That's good that you're in the ecosystem. But I like it now.
Yeah.
I know I'm not gonna like it in the future.
Why?
Sometimes it can be too much. And even when we were doing the thing yesterday, I might be able to say I don't give a fuck.
Well, no, this is gonna drop before that video, so
I'm about to say maybe it doesn't matter. But even when we were doing the thing yesterday, I have a hard time, and this is just a general statement. Like living in Atlanta, I have a hard time going up to celebrities, because I recognize, like, yeah, you have a talent, you have a skill or whatever, but at the end of the day, you're trying to eat dinner with your family.
Yeah, facts.
Or you're trying to pump your gas. Like there's been a bunch of times, but probably most recently when I caught a celebrity's crazy. I saw celebrities doing regular things. I saw Lucci getting gas. Mm-hmm. I saw T.I. and Tiny at Rays on the River, and I saw Kanye leaving it was a little restaurant, and I we were walking. Actually, I pulled up next to Lucci, so I seen him. I was that close too, and it's like, dang man, I could go over there
and ask him like, yo,
like I could ask him questions, I could get a picture, but at the same time, it's like this nigga just trying to get some gas to go home. Like, he's trying to go home. The only one that I did try to walk up on was Kanye. I was shaking though. I couldn't even do it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's crazy.
That nigga's
I actually
mythical.
had lunch with, and it's crazy because like that's something my parents always told me when I played sports. They was like, listen, but like act like you're supposed to be here. Because I would like a lot of times when I played little league basketball, like I started at the YMCA. The black kids played at the Boys and Girls Club, so I was with like the white kids. Yeah. All right, so then I would get moved like 2 leagues up, right? And I would be paying with older kids, and I would be like timid because like y'all are older. I'm a follow the rules type of person, like, so authority figures are a thing for me, right? So it's like act like you're supposed to be here, and like we had lunch with T.I. at Shaq's restaurant. So Shaq's walking through, you know what I'm saying? And like I could only imagine. Like some of my friends would have been like, "Yo, bro, I don't know. I'm doing my best to talk regular. Like, oh yeah, you know, disagree with you when I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff."
Oh, and, you were having a conversation with him now?
Yeah, he was asking me about how to navigate putting.
What was this? What were you doing?
You said what?
How did you just get lunch with T.I.?
Well, so
that's random.
Snipe goes to a gym where a guy had the Jeep Snipe wanted.
Yeah.
Before Snipe had the Jeep. So Snipe approached him, was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Where'd you get your Jeep? You know what I'm saying? Looking for inspiration. Like, yo, blah, blah, I'm gonna get one day type stuff. And I think Snipe may have had his camera or something. I don't remember what happened. But the guy, he finds artists in Atlanta and brings them to them. Mm-hmm. Right. So he had a group that he wanted to move forward with. And I was like doing music reactions. Mm-hmm. I was heavy on like new music reactions at the time. So he was like, yeah, come have lunch with T.I. You know what I'm saying? Bring your boy. So I brought my other homeboy that was a producer. I brought him with me. And we sat down and they wanted to know how to make an artist go from no popularity on the internet to having status, right? And I was telling them like the ways you could do it, and because they're from a generation where like we don't need the internet. I'm no,
you need the internet.
If you want to be successful without having to have the industry in your pocket, you have to use the internet.
Yeah,
like. And that's how we had the lunch. So like Shaq pull up, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, the biggest truck I've ever seen in my life. 4 Giottos on the wheels, you know what I'm saying? T.I. son pull up, T.I. pull up, the dude pull up. And we're just saying how I'm trying my best, like to look, I'm treating you like a regular person, right? So like if you say something I disagree with, I'm gonna tell you no. Like, because most people would get there and be like, I mean, well, that does make sense.
Yeah,
like
that's true. That's true. I ain't gonna lie though. I would have been like, no. And it's T.I. though. I've seen T.I. multiple times around Atlanta, but having a conversation with him, I probably would have been like, nah, Clifford, I don't agree with that.
You're a wild dude. But nah, he really be using big words though. Yo. He really be
that's crazy.
And like his take on things, he's a very smart person, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying? He's saying things, I'm like,
that's crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Instantaneously, I don't. No, but I think that's do you get recognized when you go out?
Occasionally. It just depends on where I'm going. Like if I go to a setting that has younger kids in it, I will. But like the settings I be in, I don't.
That's the other thing. I think it would be different when I get recognized by like older people. Mm-hmm. Like if I get recognized by older people, I feel like that's much different. Getting recognized by kids is still like very, very strange.
Yeah. And
also explaining to people what I do as well. Cause that's another thing. Like I was in a restaurant and these kids like it's me and my girlfriend walking through this restaurant. And these kids are like, yo, are you oh, and like his mom and his dad is like, who is that?
Yeah.
And he's turning, he's trying to explain like, yo, that's the dude from AMP. That's like that's the like I'm trying to tell you, and it's like, dang. One, you got to explain YouTube because your parents is probably pissed off that you watching anyway. But two, you got to explain who I am on YouTube.
Yo.
But the dude's dad was cool. He was like, "Hey man, don't miss this opportunity, man. Go get that picture." Like he dead ass pushed his kid into me, and then pulled his phone out and it took the picture. And the kid was so happy and stuff like that. I don't mind that stuff, but I know as I grow, and especially depending on the audience that I have and the heights that I get. Yeah. The minute that I'm not able to like walk in a store regularly, I'm gonna be pissed off.
But you'll notice that, and you probably have noticed that yourself. I don't know how much you went out or like was in like social, because I've always been like like at home, I was at home, but when I went out, like when I went to the football games, I didn't hang in like one clique. I'll be in one clique till y'all got born and y'all's conversation, go to another clique. I was one of them people, right? So you'll notice that as you get more money and you're gonna be in circles and in venues where those people aren't. The consumers aren't.
That's
these
true.
places.
No, that's true too.
So like you think it's gonna happen a lot. Like when you go out to like Walmart, of course it's gonna happen. You go out to eat, it's gonna happen. But like when you get invited to like a wedding of a friend that you know through YouTube, or like what's another event? Even like a 4th of July cookout, a Thanksgiving dinner. Like if you go to like your homie's Friendsgiving,
then it's gonna be different. But if you honestly, even, and it's like a money thing or whatever, but a basketball game is like a perfect example. If you sit in the nosebleeds, you're gonna be with people who sit in the nosebleeds. Yeah. But as you move down, closer to the court, closer you get to the court, and once you eventually get to courtside or right behind courtside, everybody knows these are $1,000 tickets. Yeah. So everybody here is somebody to be able to get $1,000 tickets. Nobody's gonna be too starstruck unless 2 Chainz is sitting courtside. You know what I'm saying? That type of person is sitting courtside. But so
let's get into your personal stuff. So like you have like the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. You do with your co-host. You're a professional spaces runner on Twitter.
Stop. That's crazy.
I have never I get the most notifications from you going live on Spaces.
And that's all I use Twitter for now.
For real?
I barely tweet. Maybe Dang. I used to tweet heavy. But now I damn near use Twitter for just Spaces.
How often do you consider yourself joking, and how often do you consider your takes to be ultra serious on Spaces? Even the podcast.
I feel like, I feel like this is what I think people underestimate, especially in the beginning stages of like you becoming an entertainer in this day and age. Mm-hmm. It's no longer I can entertain on TV for 22 minutes or whatever, however long a TV show runs. It ends, and then I keep going. I'll do a space before the podcast. Mm-hmm. Do the podcast. Then after the podcast, we might do a space after that. Then I might hop on Discord with the people who are members of the podcast and stuff like that. So you're definitely entertaining way more, way longer to make people feel more engaged with the person that they consider an entertainer. Yeah. That's my way of running around that question, though. How serious are the takes? I think I can tell when you're serious and when you're joking, but I think a lot of people are like, because even when I talk to people, I told people like, oh yeah, I'm about to have Omar on the podcast. Oh man, he's about to say some crap. I'm like, no, Omar pretty smart, bro. Like if you pay attention, because when you say things when you're trying to be serious, I could tell there's a brain in there, right? But like when you joking, okay, he's joking, but some people can't tell. I don't know why though. But that sounds like it's entertaining though.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
I was about to say, that sounds like I'm getting the job accomplished. And even if people have opinions on like a take or something like that, I mean that sounds like it sounds like it's pretty entertaining. I'm not serious. Yeah. I don't be too serious. Like it's all, and even I'll catch myself on pod or mid space, I'll be like, people will be talking about it for a minute and I'll be like, dang, you know what's crazy? I don't care. And I didn't care when we started talking about this. I'm not gonna lie to y'all boys. This is stupid. Why are we talking about this? Yeah. Hate this. But
how toxic is it to be talking to people? Because clearly, like, we can sit here, entertain, even doing a live stream, like people can chat, but like in the spaces, like you have people there who are trying to talk to you, right? So how is that?
I think and I just made a video about it. I don't know if I'm gonna post it or not, but social communication apps, Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, Green Room, Discord. Not even Discord, because I'll say it has to be a more public platform.
Okay.
So I'll say keep it to Twitter Spaces, Clubhouse, and Green Room, Spotify's version of it. Are probably some of the worst creations in the world. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why?
And mind you, I've been paid by at least one of them. It's allowed people to have opinions outside of the words. It's allowed people to voice their opinions to audience and not let anybody reply to what you're talking about.
Okay.
I could start a space right now and get 100 people or whatever in the space. I could let nobody up on stage. I could say whatever I want. And I could make it to where nobody could, challenge what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That happens way too often on these platforms. Some of that stuff is like god awful.
Like some people with that mute button, they be going crazy, bro. I'm like, all right now.
That's what. Listen, and sometimes you gotta go crazy on the mute button, and I think that's a different environment because you can have an actual conversation. So some of it is good.
Yeah, I think people are forced to like stand up for their opinions on there a little bit more, because some people say some wild stuff, and it's like on Twitter you got like 140 characters. YouTube, you can make a hit piece video, but how many people from their fan base is gonna watch it? You could do all of that, but in Twitter Spaces
and it's
Clubhouse,
it's real time too.
Yep.
Because that's the other thing about Twitter. I could tweet something. You could tweet and reply and challenge me. I could not respond to you for another day. I could not respond to you ever.
Yeah.
But when we're in face to face, if I ask you, yo, what about last summer? Like, I heard you was out in Louisiana, like, slapping people.
Yeah.
You have to answer this right now, or it's gonna look crazy, like, right then and there.
Yeah.
If I tweeted out that you did that, you don't gotta respond.
Facts.
You just let it fly, or whatever the case may be. It's good for that. It means that people have to develop their own thought processes, logic, and everything, and then be able to say it. But again, when people get into echo chambers is what they call it. People get into echo chambers and it's just the yes man contest, or even I'm just by myself on stage saying whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not good.
And I think what be pissing people off the most is because, like, I'm a creator, so when you talk or Low talk or B Souls talk or anybody talks, I can tell when y'all are being creative and entertaining in this space. But there's some people that be in there and they take everything
for gospel.
Yeah.
Oh my. That's another issue I have, because I've had a couple, and I hate when people do this. I've had a couple people go, the new age viral based off of a screenshot, a screen record of my stuff. There's one space on that's on YouTube, and it featured Kai and Phantom.
Yeah.
Somehow it turned one of like my spaces. It turned into a Riz/Moan space. I don't know how, but now like it's up on YouTube, and they're like, look at this guy Omar. It's disgusting.
That's crazy.
He's a pig. He's an animal having moan spaces. Don't even know the age of these women. And I'm like, dang, bro. First of all, if you watch the video, you'll see that I'm not even really saying anything in this.
Yeah.
Second of all, yo, this thing has like 10,000 views. If y'all don't, 10,000 of y'all niggas don't go to my channel or something like that. Like,
yeah, facts.
Be entertained over there. But I've had pictures, like people screenshot a title of a space too and just run with it. Like,
people search for outrage.
That's true. That is true too. Well, outrage, and don't even search to put context in. Because my brother had the same thing. When he talked about the All-Star
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, the DeMar DeRozan thing. He talked about.
I just watched a hit piece on him last night.
That's crazy on YouTube.
Yeah, because I seen the thumbnail. The thumbnail got me. I ain't gonna lie. There was like
this guy's an animal.
Yo, nah. The thing was like
that's
something
crazy.
about Twitter Spaces in the title, and then it was low with like a clown. It was low with like the clown nose and the clown hair, and like mad at his takes. I'm like, they can't be doing this man like that, bro. So I clicked on it and I watched the video. I ain't gonna lie, and it wasn't really a hit piece on Low, but they centered that space about DeMar DeRozan. That was the centerpiece of the video.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's so crazy because, mind you, he put out a tweet. Got slammed. I mean, killed for it or whatever. Made a space, still got slammed. So then we hosted another space the next morning or whatever, and just started calling people to the fire. Like I started adding people, tweeting people, all this stuff like that. Got a couple of them to show up, and then I called my brother and I was like, "Yo, come in this space real quick." Mm-hmm. Help them to. That's another. Now I will say that about, like I just said, you can hold somebody to the fire right then and there, and you are gonna look crazy.
And people that one space where he was on his burner account, bro. There's no reason people should have had a problem with Low. If you have any IQ in your brain, like there's no way you have a problem with what he said.
I don't know. So we held them to the fire, and they dead ass sat there and was like, "Well, you know what's crazy? I didn't even really see your original tweet. I saw somebody else screenshot your tweet and put it on my timeline, and so my quote tweet was about that." And I didn't even get the context. And so he was like, I mean, I opened the space like 5 minutes later. Like, you literally were on Twitter. We seen it. Yeah, but I didn't hop in. Well, what were you doing? Well, I wasn't really doing nothing, but I just didn't hop in.
That's crazy.
So you didn't get no context.
Exactly.
Okay. And then, I mean, literally made them apologize right there. Because once they heard his point, they were like, oh, dang, I actually agree with that. Yeah. And it's crazy as fuck. But that's one thing social audio apps have. You can hold somebody to the fire.
Facts.
And they gotta stand for it. Like, you dead ass have to face it right there.
Yeah. Bro, people.
A hit piece is crazy.
Yeah, it was a hit piece with it. I was scrolling. I tried to scroll past it. I ain't gonna lie. But that was a fire ass thumbnail. I ain't gonna count. And then a lot of people don't know when people are joking. So I had to tell, like, especially like once you get to like where Agent, you know what I'm saying, Kai and Davis, once you get to where they are, they're like they're almost too big to fail, right? So they have their audience. But as a content creator that's coming up, people can't tell when you're joking and when you're not. So I could get on this podcast, I could take a clip of, yo, Omar, you're the dumbest person I ever seen, blah, blah, blah. I could take this, clip it, put it on YouTube, and people would think we have beef for real. And like, they will, if they're Omar fans, they won't interact with none of my content. Mm-mm. And if they're like my fan, they won't interact with. And it's like, bro, it's not that deep. We out here actually just chilling.
But you know what it is? And I have this theory about content today versus content of like 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, in the early 2000s, when Tobey Maguire would do his work for the year 2001 or whatever. I think this is when Spider-Man came out. Don't quote me on this, but he would do Spider-Man, and he might do maybe another movie within that year. Yeah. He would do like a E! Interview, People magazine cover, and maybe he was on Rolling Stones. Yeah. That's about as much as you saw Tobey Maguire that year. Facts. Maybe at the MTV Awards, maybe, but like literally on both of your hands, you can count.
He might show up to the Kids' Choice Awards.
But on your one hand, you could probably count how many times you truly see him. That's not on some paparazzi, I was in a bush type shit. Like where he's really giving you open and honest like opinions. In the span of 2 days, I could give you 10 pieces of content. Yeah. As an entertainer today. Let alone a week. Like literally, and I'll speak for my brother. I'll do Agent. Agent will do the podcast on Sunday, upload on his main channel. On Monday, upload on his playback. Second channel, a playback upload, a AMP upload. He streamed on Twitch by then. Yeah. He's tweeted a couple of times by then as well. And if it was like Kai, he would have an Instagram story up. Yeah. But that's 8 things
in 24 hours.
And we still have the rest of the week to go.
Yeah.
Type shit. So I don't think that people understand how much they get of somebody, and it's not normal. But where I'm going with this is, just because you get that much of me doesn't mean you know me.
Exactly.
So you truly need to, I don't even think it's up to you. Just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. And that goes to any creator, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. Now, if I tell you I'm being serious, I'm being serious. But just because in a span of 24 hours, you've seen 10 things in me, not to mention, mind you, if I'm in that AMP house I might be in Duke's video, in Kai's video.
Pull up the Kai stream.
Pull up to his stream. I might do all these things in the span of 24 hours to make you think that you know me a little bit better.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you don't know me.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what a lot of people have a hard time dealing with. That's why when that Twitch thing came out, when they exposed how much Twitch creators made,
yeah,
a lot of people had a problem with that.
Why?
They had a problem with it because they felt like, damn, I thought I knew, let's just say Joe John. I thought I knew Joe John.
Yeah.
He has this chair. He has a Nikon camera like me. He has one key light. He has some little, some cheap headphones, and he plays video games. That's me. I seen it. I see his bed. It don't look nothing. That's my life.
Facts. I didn't know that room was in a $3 million house.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that room. I thought he was in a room. I didn't realize it was in a $3 million house. He went down. All of a sudden, what's crazy about Teslas? People have convinced themselves that Teslas aren't luxury cars. They are definitely luxury cars still.
Who said that?
People think that way. I heard, dang, I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but it was a Twitch streamer. The way he explained, Chris Fix on YouTube, Mechanic YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube. For the longest, he's had old cars, 98 Mustang, 01 Ford Ranger or whatever. So then when he finally got his subscribers up, which he's been at 1 million for a minute, he bought his car. I bought something. It's not quite extravagant or whatever. But with the help of you guys, when you use those buzzwords, with the help of you guys and with all the support you've given me, I was able to go out and cop that Tesla Model S, plaid type shit. But they make it seem like it's 50-50, part creator, part audience. They make it seem like, we friends. I'm reading when you chat at me, I can read it.
Yeah.
And now we having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind as the consumer, we having a conversation. You're DEO.
Yeah.
I'm Bruce. You're D Block. I'm D Block. Ooh,
yeah.
Whoa, okay, that's cool. I got the same hat that you got on stream.
Facts.
Whole time, no. I have a $10,000 grill in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm about to hop off this stream, hop into my $100,000 Jeep.
Go pick up a shorty that don't even exist in your city.
Don't exist in your city, but you just think that at 6 o'clock, I'm going to be gaming with Duke. That's what people think, though.
Yeah.
But they need to realize they don't know the creator.
I don't know if it's America or Hollywood or who did this, right? They have done a very good job at making people who don't exist at a certain financial level. They have done a very good job at making people who are under that level believe that the people over that level are totally out of the world that they live in. Like, they don't think I could walk past a billionaire in Walmart. They don't believe it's possible.
And I think when they do see them do normal stuff, it makes them feel like, oh my God, one, I could be them. Two, we're close and I know them. And I feel like that's the in my mind, that's the theory of like keeping up with the Kardashians, the whole dilemma. I remember working at Walmart, going in that break room and hearing those old ladies, 68-year-olds, 70-year-olds, old ladies. And they're talking about Kim as if, they're talking about the Kardashians as if that's their family members.
That's crazy.
And I'm sitting there and I'm watching Kim and I'm telling Kim, you should not do that. Do not take him back.
Bro, do you know what's crazy though? You know the craziest part? Like sometimes you don't drink or smoke or anything, do you? All right. I take edibles. Okay. So every time I took an edible one day, I said, what if God was just like the best content creator there was back then? Right. And everybody just fucking like, it's a nigga named God that existed and he convinced everybody this is who he, because like the way people be looking at like celebrities or to who are considered celebrities, I'm like, they follow that person lock and step. And it's almost identical to like what I see with like religion sometimes. And it's like, damn, would it? Obviously, it's just a high thought, but like I just be in my head like, yo, what?
But I think that's a problem though. Like, I understand the point of giving more content. It makes it more relatable or whatever the case may be. But like to call Kim like Kim,
yeah.
And they did it on purpose too. They did it on their.
Today's Kimberly's birthday.
Today's Kim's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Making the name, but not Kim Kardashian or like something to make it seem like it's different. This is her legitimate name, like Kim. Like I know her Kim, Courtney, Chloe. She has this show. The lipstick is in Walmart. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The eyeliner's in Walmart. I shop at Kmart. Her jeans are in Kmart. I feel like I'm more related to her. Man, the Kardashians get across this nation on a private jet. And I'm not saying other, content creators are like that, but just because XQC has the same headset as you, does not mean you know XQC, bro. Yeah. And it's Agent likes the Raptors. He has that same, let's say 2016 Raptors playoff shirt that you have. He told you he got in the nosebleeds. Y'all can't really relate. Cause he's wearing this even though he doesn't have to. Yeah. You're wearing this because you need to. Like, this is one of your shirts in your rotation, legitimately. He's wearing this because he likes the shirt a lot. He doesn't want to go buy clothes, but if he had to, he could fly to Canada and get a new shirt with a Canadian receipt just because he could. Yeah. But they just need to understand, like, there's separation. Yeah. There's a level of separation that I think has been lost with new age media and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they look at, like, I think it goes to both points that we said. There's a separation of, like, what they're able to do in comparison to what you're able to do. But there is no barrier between us all having human experiences. They're just like you. When you walk into a room, like, I don't think it's like super crazy when, like, I appreciate it for sure. I never want to make it seem like, oh, I don't appreciate it. But like, if somebody says, like, post my video and like, yo, I seen your video and that is of some status, I'm not like, yo, there's no way. I can't believe it. I can believe it. That's why I'm doing this. Like, my video is supposed to be in rotation. You are a regular person who consumes content on your free time. You think Rihanna not scrolling through TikTok while she's in the back of the getting chauffeured? Yeah. She want to be entertained just like everybody else. So she might do a couple scrolls through TikTok, and if your joint is popping, she might come across it. Now, she don't look at you like everybody else who's a fan of you looks at you. Mm-hmm. But like, the reason you put this out is for people to see it. And she's a regular person. She could see it. So I don't know. That's what I think about the whole thing. But how is it making content with a girlfriend though? Do you ever run into problems with that?
No, I feel like she understands. Sometimes I need to delete my Twitter. Why
you feel that way?
Especially in the past, I used to say wild stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's what a lot of people like. Especially like football players and stuff like that. They tweet stuff without the expectation that, like, people say they want to get into the NFL, and then truly they get into the NFL, and it's like, oh shit.
Hey, I'll take that 2009 tweet back.
Yeah, I need to take that 2009 tweet back. But we haven't run into any problems. Plus, the content that I'm making / trying to make doesn't require a bunch of stuff. I wouldn't do prank videos. Oh, she caught me in the room with her. Like, and I will say this. I think my audiences at the moment is 97+% male.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier. Now, once I start branching out to do different things or whatever, and pivot, which is hard to do, but once I start to do that, will there be a conversation? Like, there won't be any issues, but having like a 50% male, 50% female audience, that's a different conversation. But for right now, 97%.
I mean, even if you get to like 10%, the girls who exist in that 10%, you're going to have some cold-blooded, you know what I'm saying, drop dead, gorgeous women in there that are shooting a shot, all right? Do you think? Now, I had a conversation with Snipe a long time ago. Might not need to bring this up, but because he wasn't in a relationship, we had this this, right? And we had a conversation and said, and I think it came from a misunderstanding of, like the divide between celebrities and regular people. And he said, "There's no way you could be as big as Chris Brown and be faithful in a relationship." And he honestly believes that if you get that big, you're gonna fold. Like.
Yeah, I don't think I agree. I will say, for us, and low key, I hate the term content creator too.
Yeah,
I hate that term. But for lack of a better term, for content creators on this level, we're like normal people. Like, I don't know how you fared, but trying to explain to somebody what you do it's pretty difficult. Like, just the average Joe Blow.
I think most of well, I gotta say girls, because all the dudes I hang around do YouTube. So I literally, the only people I hang out with outside of YouTube creators is females. So explaining to them, usually most of them know a YouTuber or something like that. So they pretty much
but again, and no disrespect to nobody out there, but trying to tell them like telling them I'm a YouTuber means but so much.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because a YouTuber who has 4,000 subs is different than a YouTuber with 40,000 subs. Is different from a YouTuber with 100,000 subs. It's different than a YouTuber with 500,000 subs.
Yeah.
And it's much different than a YouTuber with
a
million plus subs. So again, if my channel, and I'm like sitting on the cusp of, I think I have 5,500 or like about to be 6,000 subs.
Yeah.
Hell, even if somebody that just started this year, maybe they have 50 subs.
Yeah.
And me saying it versus you saying you're a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Versus Agent saying he's a YouTuber versus
PewDiePie
saying he's a YouTuber.
Or Mr. Beast.
We all do, like, we're all at way different levels.
Facts.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you'll get some people that try to understand, like, all right, so what do you do? Or I watch YouTube, so you make YouTube videos. Okay. And I know you can get paid from it. Okay, but in their mind, they don't know what that means. Versus somebody who's in the community, yo, nigga, that's PewDiePie. That's millionaire.
Yeah.
Off of making YouTube videos, PewDiePie. Like that's a different conversation. And I don't even mean like women in general too. Like, if I'm like like her girlfriend's grandma, she spent a lot of time explaining to her like, all right, this is what he does.
Her grandma explained it to her?
No. My girlfriend explained it to her
okay,
grandma.
Yeah,
it's
okay,
like, this is what he does. And it's like, she's 92 too. So it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah. And I think she said she'd be telling people like, yeah, he does work on the internet.
Yeah.
So that's like the basis of it. But if I go to like the grocery store or whatever, tell people, it's weird. So going back to the faithful thing, one, I think you can be. I don't know where he got that from. But I definitely think it's different levels to it. And we're regular people. We just dead ass so happen to make videos.
Yeah.
And get views. And it might be to a mainly guy audience, but I can't go in no, especially living in Atlanta, I can't go in no club.
I ain't gonna lie. I think
I'm a YouTuber, baby.
Yeah. No, in the club. If you talk to a girl and you say YouTube, their eyes gonna start blinging, cause like the average girl, the only new YouTubers they know are the ones who make a lot of money.
That's true as well too. That's also true. I definitely forgot to leave that out.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Somebody was like, I swear, bro. What video did we do? It wasn't I think it was the football one. Chris got hurt. I went to this place. This dude who looked like he was looking at. I was like, yo, this nigga about to try to hit a lick. I already know. Walked up to him. He was like, you be around Duke? I was like, yo, nah, bro. You can't know that, because I don't need you to think I got that, all right? Because, nigga, you are going to be terribly, you know what I'm saying, down bad. You run these pockets, all right? Thinking you about to get Duke bread. But, yeah, bro, like, I don't know. When you tell people YouTube, people all think the average person only knows the rich YouTubers.
Well, and yeah, then I'll also say that if you do watch YouTube, you're definitely watching, and depending on who, you know, you got people who are really into YouTube, but like you said, most women on YouTube, they watch Kendi era. Well, used to watch Kendi.
Yeah, facts.
but they're watching the Prince Family or something like that. They're watching something like that. Or even the nigga is watching Duke or, you know, whoever, Cash Nasty or whatever. So you think it's that level. But it's like, nah, you know, I'll tell people I do YouTube. They don't even realize, man, I'm not even monetized on my channel. I make money from behind the scenes on
Hold
YouTube.
up. How you got 5,000 subs, but you don't...
Watch
you're not
time hours. Watch time hours. It was a big... I ain't gonna lie, I took a big pause too, which fucked me up, but I took a big pause. But even if I did, like within a year's time, I would be making crazy money. You know, I'd be sitting here.
I think you could make decent money. I mean, I think if you start the year with 40,000 subscribers, you could make 6 figures easy on YouTube, and without cracking over 100,000 views.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know how. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But what I'm saying is, like, you would tell somebody though, like, yeah, I do YouTube. I'm not Dear and Ken. You know, I don't have those views and ticket sales. Remember when they were selling tickets to events and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But I make a comfortable living. Like, you know, if I did IT, I'd probably be making around the same money. I can just do, you know, more doper shit. Probably, in my eyes.
Do you think you have more free time than somebody who has a job or less?
I had a very free time job when I had a job though.
Well, Walmart and Sunglass Hut.
I was Lens Crafter. When I walked into Lens Crafters, I was dead ass like just sitting there.
Yeah, but you couldn't do things you wanted though.
Outside, yeah, you're right. I'll say this: it's corny to say I traded in my 9 to 5 for a 24/7. It's real though.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if I'm not doing anything, I'm definitely putting something off.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%. If I'm going to sleep, I mean, you can go to sleep whenever you want. But when I go to sleep early, or me spending like all day on this side of town, I was putting other things off that I definitely should have been doing. Like James Harden got traded today. I ain't make no content based on it. I tried so hard. But like, you know, you're definitely putting stuff off. So you're definitely working more, for sure.
I think my time is more calculated now than it was at 9 to 5. But I think like if you have to take the 8-hour block that I'm dedicated to working in a regular job, I don't think I work 8 hours a day. I think my time is just very calculated, or maybe I just don't count what I'm doing as work.
I was about to say maybe because you don't look at it as like creating content, but I think subconsciously, and let me say, I think that even both of us, we're on a different level of content creation, so we can't just do it and then it be done. Yeah. It's definitely okay. How do I make the next one? What's the next piece of entertainment that I could do? What's this video? I should be streaming this or X, Y, and Z. And the other thing that separates us is like, you're dolo. It's about you, and you control any and everything you do. I came over here to do an MRI for somebody else. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always something to do. But again, I still have some flexibility because I could have not taken him to the MRI. That's a crazy thing to say, but I could have not taken him to the MRI. You know, I could have not did a lot of stuff. I could have just did my thing, shrugged my shoulders, and all that other stuff too. Yeah. So it is what it is. Yeah,
I think leaving I didn't get out of my relationship for YouTube.
That's crazy. Did you?
No.
I know you just said you didn't, but it sounds like
I didn't. What happened was I was a fantastic boyfriend. Right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? S-tier boyfriend. But when you take on, I quit my job September when COVID started. So 2020 September was the last time I ever worked. Mm-hmm. And we're going into the high revenue season of the year. So we balling, right? And I'm balling like I ain't balled before in life. That's crazy. So like we go through that season of our relationship. And then it comes to, yo, these January CPMs ain't,
it's crazy.
Ain't December CPMs.
It's not CPMing.
Yeah, it's not CPMing. Yeah. But we have enough. Like I always budget myself to where if I don't work for the first 6 months of the year, I can live. right? Everything's already planned out. The vacations are already paid for. By February, everything's taken care of till almost the end of the summer, right? So we go through that. But like, I still have to recoup to get back to where I was in my disposable income, because we have investments, we have savings accounts, we have all of that stuff. But I have to get my disposable income back to where it is so we can get from July to CPM time. All right. And that understand, because before I had a job, so my disposable income was recurring. I never needed to stop. But once things like, hey, look, I got to take time. I have to exchange this time to get us money so you can get that time. That kind of divide and misunderstanding kind of led it to where it went down.
But
so
I think, do you think now it would be harder to find a girlfriend or a partner knowing what you do now?
I'm a good dude. And I think like if I look in the places that people who have the financial ability that I have, if I look in the same places as them, then I think it would be hard. But that's not where I look for people. Like people like Fresh and Fit, they look into spaces of girls. We don't even want these girls. Why are you teaching dudes how to get these girls? These aren't girls you want to marry. Like, there are spaces where you can find girls who are good people to be in a relationship with. And I feel like I know where that space is. So I think I've come across some quality people. You know what I'm saying?
I think though, as we get bigger and bigger and the opportunities present themselves, it might get a little bit harder if you don't have an established relationship, and then B, someone who is truly understanding. Yeah. Because I would like to think we're still dealing with some COVID stuff. True. But conventions aren't happening like they do. Events aren't happening like they do. So, you might be here 2 days, gone 3 weeks. True. Back when you're back, you are, you're hitting it hard, streaming anything, recording these many videos. You might have a deal with somebody at this point that requires you to do pull-ups and all this stuff like that. Yeah. Which means, man, I have Thursday from 8 till 9:30. Yeah. You better fit in there. Can you do Thursday from 8 to 9:30? No? Okay.
Well, I'm going to see you in 2 weeks.
I'm about to say, I have Tuesday from 6 to 5, 2 weeks from now. Yeah. Can you do that?
That's facts, though.
And somebody that works a regular job, that might not make a lot of sense to them. But if they're understanding, because I think the other thing that people don't understand is like you being your own entity, because everything from top to bottom, like even your own management, you're managing yourself. Yeah, you gotta do a lot of work.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of work. So getting somebody to understand that and be okay with that lifestyle, it might get better. Yeah, it should get better as you continue to grow. But
and I think people like. I think I've dated some very, for lack of better terms, shout out my boy Bobby. He calls them selfish lovers, right? Okay. The love is about them, right? So my idea of quality time is us spending it together and doing things that we need to do to make our tomorrow better. Whether that's me cracking a joke to make you smile, us watching the show so we have some conversation while we eat. You know what I'm saying? But I may also have my laptop right here. All right. And I may do tags and titles. I may reply to some emails. That doesn't make our time less quality. Facts. It's because you want all of the time my attention to be designated on you. And if that's your definition of quality time, I have zero quality time to give you. Well, unless we go on vacation.
And it's crazy. shout out to Shane. He's gonna be working with A&P. White guy that's working with A&P more. I call him at any time. Now he works. But yeah, I call him anytime, and he'll be with his fiance in the car, and I'm like, dang, man. Or he'll be talking to her. His fiance will bring him some food or something like that, and I'm like, I don't know if this will ever fly in like my household.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because like if one day I do get to this level, or I see how big and how busy aging is, I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't know how this is gonna fly in a relationship. But I guess all we can do is just wait and see. But it works when they understand. But it takes a very special person to understand that lifestyle.
Omar, I'm about to tell you something right now. This may help you. This may hurt you. All right, listen. Do not look for a girlfriend. Okay, your girlfriend, she's your girlfriend. All right, but if you want to continue and you want to have a relationship and the future you need to get rid of your girlfriend and get a life partner. Now, that's not saying your girlfriend.
I was about to say.
Now your girlfriend. That's not saying she's not your life partner. But if she's only your girlfriend,
I see what you're saying. But the way you said it,
yeah. But you have to look at it that way, because like if you're trying to have a girlfriend, you're gonna have to compromise the life you want. If you have a life partner, they understand what you need to do at certain times for you to move towards your goal and maintain those.
Yeah. I understand that.
She about to be like, never hang with this nigga again.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And I wonder how on the other side women deal with that, like women content creators. I wonder how they deal with that, but I 1,000% agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
Like, and that goes for a lot of like career paths, to be quite honest with you, especially in today's day and age. Like the idea of I go to work at 9, I get off at 5, I'm gonna be home at 5:15, I'm gonna be home at 5:30. It's non-existent anymore. Everybody seems this way. Everybody has to work on a side project. Yeah.
I mean, if you live in a big city.
Yeah, I guess if you live in a rural area, you can go to work, come home.
Bro, the disposable, because I'm thinking about it. If I didn't have this podcast, I would move to the middle of nowhere for 2 years. For sure. You know how much assets I could stack up doing YouTube, living in nowhere where there's no expenses, no nothing. And I could just focus. There's nothing to distract me from work, no friends, no nothing. And focus for 2 years. If I did that and then came back here, I could get whatever I want. But to be able to survive here and get to where I want, obviously there's certain compromises you have to make. It's a lot harder, right? But if I didn't have this podcast where I needed guests, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, come do the podcast. I would move to the middle of nowhere for 2 years.
That's crazy as hell. Well, but that's crazy as hell. That's crazy.
I don't know if I would be okay with the quality of. I don't know if I would be okay with the quality of ladies that exist. But because look, Atlanta, you know, shout out to y'all, some quality out here.
You get like 5 women or whatever. I had a friend that went to school in Kentucky. I think it was like the 3rd whitest school in the nation at the time.
Yeah.
And they said it was like 5 black women that went to that school.
That's crazy.
Literally 5 black women. Shit was wild.
That, man. So hopefully, look, I don't pray on the downfall in nobody's relationship, but hopefully, you know what I'm saying, your girl could be
for sure.
that. Because look, I'm gonna tell you, if she's not, you're gonna have the most miserable time of your life.
For sure she does. And also, you know, I stay young in the mindset for sure. I don't even know if I'm gonna be doing this tomorrow. Like, truly, I don't know what tomorrow could bring.
Yeah.
Just like this job came up and this path and this, like, I didn't see this happening. Truth be told, I would be finishing, like straight up finishing college at the end of this year with a computer science degree.
Yeah.
Hell, even maybe last year, but just going on to the next thing type shit.
Yeah.
Working that out. So I could have been an engineer or software developer or whatever. Today's different. Tomorrow might be more different. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into some questions I could make into TikToks, all right? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Omar, have you ever cheated?
Have I ever cheated?
Yeah, on a girl.
Yeah.
Give me your cheating story. What happened?
Miss Green passed out a test that I just was not ready for.
Omar cheated in a relationship. Yeah, that was a good one, though. I like that.
Listen, and this is not about my current relationship.
Okay.
I've come up with a theory that you truly can't be in a relationship before a certain age where it really matters. If you were 18 and you did some crazy stuff, 19, 20, 21, 22, doesn't matter.
Give me a time
23.
where you were before 21, where you made verbal obligations to a relationship and reneged on those in private.
That's crazy. You're crazy. This is the craziest. And again, I'm not even gonna say it's just the it's nothing crazy. Just entertaining other women, like too much. And I will say men are like oblivious more so than women.
I would say that too.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought you were going to sell me out. But men are more oblivious, so
I feel like focused men are more oblivious. I'll put it that way.
Okay, let's go with that.
You seem like a very focused guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So they're more oblivious, and before you know it, like you can look down at your phone at somebody you've been texting that was supposed to be like a coworker or a friend or just something like casual, whatever. You didn't think much of it. And you go back and you reread the text and you're like, damn, we're dead ass like talking real spicy in these text messages.
Flirting?
Yeah, like flirting. And it's like, all right.
Sometimes I think it just be jokes though. But like in text message, you could read.
But that's what I mean by oblivious. The fact that you even said that is like, yeah, this nigga know what he talking about. All right. You're just oblivious to what it means. Because then, come to find out, she's over here playing with herself to these text messages, and you were laughing. Yeah. And mind you ain't even really, this is exactly how you sent those text messages. I'm gonna show you. Playing the game. Like that's how you did it.
Yeah.
Type shit. So I feel like yeah, I don't know. That's a different category to me. But young people shouldn't be in relationships, especially when you're focused. You're trying to figure out and experience yourself. Mm-hmm. But we as a society push monogamy so hard, it's ridiculous.
I think society does that because it's the only way to move society forward. I think they convince people that we need this to keep society running in because in the most optimal manner, the best product. You have the best chance of producing the best product. And when I say product, I mean child. The best functioning child in the 2-parent household. That's the most functional, like the number one key indicator to like a violent kid or kids who perform badly in life.
Where do y'all get these statistics from? Is my
quantitative
question.
Analysis. That's what it is. That is when somebody says key, and this is why I don't like when people hop on podcasts and tell people that college is not useful. College isn't useful for what is written on paper. College is very useful because it teaches you, like school teaches you things. College teaches you how to look at real world application and think through it, right? So for anybody who takes business, you have to take a class called quantitative analysis. And what that class teaches you is how important things are to certain things, right? So we could say, what are the key indicators to how much your apartment costs, right? Mm-hmm. And you'll run a quantitative analysis. You'll write how far is it from the city, how far is it from a highway, how many major grocery stores are around it, how many is the square footage. Now people would assume this is why people that are from like New York, they look at like, bro, you only pay $2,000 for an apartment. It's 2,000 square feet. How is that possible? Well, it's because square footage isn't a key indicator of how much an apartment costs. How much revenue does its nearest largest city generate, and how close is that to that city is actually more of a key indicator of how much, you know what I'm saying, a place would be. So hearkening back to that, the number one key indicator of a child performing well in life is a 2-parent. You have the most chance. That's like the biggest chunk of the problem.
I guess so. I guess so.
What do you think it is?
I think it has. I think it's. it's not as set in stone as that. Like, it's much more complicated than that.
But see, that's what.
But I understand what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
this is a big common factor. But I just, man, I don't even think, like, that's one of the last things that I would even think is a thing. Like, I think financial status of your parents or parent is a bigger indicator. Location that you were born in is a bigger indicator of things like that. But I could be wrong.
So basically, it's like not solving for X. What's the other variables, right? So when you do it, the equation could be 20 different variables. 20 different variables, and then you set each variable to 0 and see how much changing this one impacts.
But you said that you feel like the most important one is like the parents?
Yes, it's for sure. Crazy. It's not, and I don't even think it's close. Like, if you were to give, if you were to take a single parent household and take that single parent and move them to another place but keep it single parent, or if you were to take a single parent household and make it a 2-parent household, on average, the kid with the 2-parent household, even though he's not in a school system that's as economically advanced as the school he's in, it will have a bigger impact statistically on average. Now, of course, that doesn't mean the one kid that had a single parent household at a school where they wore uniforms and, you know what I'm saying, they had Chick-fil-A for breakfast. That doesn't mean that kid can't perform better than the kid who had the 2-parent household.
I honestly would think that you would say, like, how much money these parents make. Like, I really would have thought you would have said that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But yeah, but that's like the key indicator of. So that's why I think people push monogamy. They push that because this is the most, like, when you run statistics, this is the best way to produce children that are functional to move society
that's
forward.
What we're talking about. I don't think that's the case. I think people push monogamy because they're like, America has convinced us to be competitive. Try to get the wins where you can. Try to be in control where you can be in control. And that the idea of, like, selfishness is like something that'll carry you farther and farther. Because we prop up a bunch of stories, especially of people that stepped on a little guy or whatever in order to get where they were, i.e. McDonald's. Like, if nobody knows the story of McDonald's, definitely look into that. But also the idea that, like, you're competitive in areas that don't even necessarily need competition, but we're always competing. And also the idea that you need to get the wins where you can get them because you can't control everything in your life. So ultimately, because the term dating exists, but it's crazy that, I mean, kids in middle school expect monogamy from their middle school, you know, romantic partner, as romantic as they can get. Yeah, that's not even real. That's not realistic. But we think that way because we're trying to be selfish. I want him because I don't want her to have him type.
You want me to tell you why though? It's like that because true monogamy is monogamy of the goal. That's the true monogamy, right? Me and you, we are trying to get to this goal in life. That's why I say, get your girlfriend out the way, life partner. All right, everybody out there, move your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your dog, I don't care what it is, move that out and get you a life partner, because we are monogamous about our goal. Now, we have natural instincts like jealousy and things like that. So what happens is, while we're moving towards this goal romantically, if I see you veering over there, I feel like you're not moving towards the goal we have. You're trying to go over there, right? So that's where the boundaries of relationships start to close in. Because like some of the most successful relationships I see, they all go to sex parties. They be having sex because our goal is the goal, not to box each other in this box and live life. That's not how it is. But the only way you can, people who aren't in control of their emotions, they need those relationships where you can't text nobody. You can't, if that's how your brain allows you to exist, those people go be together. Y'all are going to be miserable. And y'all probably aren't going to reach no goal. But if you can get you a life partner, all of that other stuff is just tangible stuff. Like if you want to have a group of friends that you go out with and there's some dudes in that, I don't care, because our goal is this. And people who brains can't work like that, they're like, you would let your girlfriend go on lunch break with a dude? What does that mean? That has no impact on my life. And even if she did end up cheating or whatever rules we gave to our relationship, if she did end up cheating, like, and I never knew about it and we still moved towards the goal, I probably wouldn't care. If I got to heaven gates and I'm standing next to her and God's like, hey, did you know back when y'all were 26, she went over here. Now, if you don't want her to get in heaven, I won't let her. I'm like, nigga, get her in, because we had a lit time down there. She kept it away. I enjoyed my life. All right, and keep it moving forward.
I think, but I 1,000% agree with that. And I think somebody asked me before, would I be okay if like my life partner, girlfriend, wife, or whatever cheated on me? To be honest with you, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it sounds a little different. Yeah. But especially if you're talking about I don't find out now or I find out years from now or whatever the case may be, I'm truly not gonna care, because like you said, we're moving to this goal that's so much bigger than that. But for the rest of the people, you would recommend like polygamy?
What do you mean? The rest of the people who
that don't, like, say I'm a young man, I don't have a goal in mind. You recommend that I should just be in like a polygamous relationship?
No, because then you're gonna produce offspring in bad environments. Right?
I mean, safe sex, like polygamy, like
no.
If there was
because the whole purpose, most people who don't have goals have idle minds, and idle minds destroy foundations. Right? Okay. So if you're polygamous and if you are willing to have a kid with anybody, you should not be polygamous, because you having no goal is gonna deteriorate your relationship, because your relationship's not your goal. You have no goals. Eventually, you and your polygamy, you're gonna cheat or you're gonna lie when you don't need to lie. You know what I'm saying? Those things are gonna happen, and it's gonna destroy your relationship, which is gonna leave your kid in a worse position. So y'all need to live in those boxes, because y'all can't control yourself. All right. But for everybody else who got goals and just want to move forward and enjoy life and have fun, there is really no designated boundary. Your boundaries are what you're comfortable with. So like if a girl wanted to be monogamous, I think I could be monogamous. If she wanted to have an open relationship, based on there is a level of like things I will be okay with probably. But as long as we agree, my biggest thing is don't lie to me. Because if you lie to me, I can't work with you, because I never know what your true intention is once you start lying to me. So I could have I rather a girl that we agree to have an open relationship, where if you're out of town, you know what I'm saying, look, whatever happened, keep it out there, be safe, don't bring nothing home type shit. I would rather that girl over a girl who says we're going to be monogamous and accidentally cheated one time. I would take because you never lie. We agreed on something and you stayed true to what we agreed upon. The other girl, she only cheated one time. It was an accident, you know, but you're lying to, like, you told me I'm committed to this. These are the boundaries. These are the rules. And I won't go outside of that. And then you went outside of that. Now I can't trust you. I'll trust a girl in a polygamous relationship way more. But people are scared to be honest with each other and what they're willing to accept.
Yeah, but because society's already set these norms, like polygamy isn't looked at as a norm. Having even like carrying that into like a parenting isn't norm. You know, co-parenting isn't the norm. All these other, so people might make up excuses and make up disguises ultimately for themselves. Because
human nature is to hide your insecurities. That's why.
But ultimately, these things should be accepted if, like you said, it's just going to create happiness and healthiness.
It should be accepted.
It should be, yeah.
But most people can't handle it. I think that's where we can't. It's like, in reality, everybody should be able to walk around with a gun, right? Because if everybody's a good person, nobody's going to shoot each other.
Yeah.
Realistically. but we can't do that.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be people who are going to make it worse for everybody.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Realistically, the lock for the door should have never been existed or never been invented. If it's not your door to open, you knock. If nobody opens it for you, you don't go in. But we had to invent that because there's people. So we had to invent the ideology of monogamy because most people aren't going to be them kings and queens. Them kings was I bring in all types of people. Bring me peasant Elizabeth running through them. All right.
Well,
that's why they got Bill Clinton up out of here. We can't let people believe that you could get your dick sucked.
That was a crazy twist.
we can't let people believe you, the president of the United States, can get your dick sucked by somebody who ain't your wife. We cannot allow that to happen. Because then once they start doing it, they're gonna have bad relationships. And then our whole society is gonna start doing this. This is gonna happen.
Way to jump. I don't know how you got there. Way to jump. Not gonna lie to you. Maybe it's off a trampoline.
I did a lot of thinking. Why is monogamy this thing that they push? It's not even that deep. But then when I see people tell their jealous stories, I'm like, I see why. When I see my homeboys lying to their girlfriend, I'm like, this is why they try to force people to believe you should be, because y'all don't know how to not lie to people. And when you force people to at least try to work it with one person, then you could maybe have a functional relationship.
And again, it's selfish and it's taboo too. So, I'm trying to say which the chicken come before the egg, but if you were to tell said person like, yo, let's be open, like let's be open relationship, that's frowned upon. I could really like you, but the idea of being open is so. I don't want to share you. Selfish.
Yeah, selfish.
I don't want to share you. I guess I got to move on. Like in your mind, or what you're saying is like, I guess I got to move on because, to be honest with you, like I'm not grown enough for that. But a lot of people would just rather get into it and we'll try to just figure it out, work through it. I'll put a disguise on or whatever till we get, to a point where either it doesn't work, I get over this phase, or just change just enough to, conform.
I think people just can't beat their brain because technically, like, if you and this girl wanted to go to dinner, technically y'all should be able to do that because the dinner doesn't mean anything, right?
Is some people Bengals do rag. I just thought about it.
You said what? No, it's not Bengals.
Oh, I was about to say what?
But technically that means nothing, right? So you move the pendulum a little bit more. FaceTiming at night. Technically, FaceTiming at night means nothing, right? Technically,
this is what you was doing with your last
technically,
girlfriend.
No. I thought about all of this. I never voiced this. Well, no, she's the one who made me believe it because she was like, because the first girl I dated, she was really like, you can't like pics, you can't. I'm cool. Like if that's what you want, that's fine. I don't care. Like I'll get through it. Then the girl I dated after that, she was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I trust you. So do what you like. If you got to go do a photo shoot with a girl, I don't gotta be there. Go take care of your business. Because me doing a photo shoot for a girl means nothing if you're a good person. But if you're a bad person, that means like he could be fucking this bitch, right? And
Did you beat?
No, I've never cheated in my life.
I mean,
what?
Did you mentally cheat though? Like, was you like? I'm saying like, she looked good and you thought in your head like, oh my god,
oh I'm about to beat. Listen, and this is something else that look. If you think this is this fantasy people live in, if you think you have a partner and they don't look at other people as sexually attractive, you need to get out of your fantasy world you're living in. All right, because that does not exist. It doesn't happen.
So you did think about shaking some cakes.
For sure, bro. What? Like you think about like, oh damn, you're fine. Do I want to beat? No. Like
I would.
In the perfect world,
no. I would, right? Like that's what you was thinking. I would
smash anybody who I'm attracted to.
Oh, okay.
That's my answer. But do I want to smash? No, I don't. I have no interest in doing it.
But you would shake them cakes if given the opportunity.
No, not given the opportunity because that opportunity isn't in line with my goal. So if I'm in a relationship, all right, and we're monogamous, that's what we agreed upon. Me smashing you compromises my goal. So no, giving the opportunity, I wouldn't smash you.
Even if you worked at Krispy Kreme and you wanted to glaze your coworkers' buns, all right.
But no. So look, tell everybody where they can find you. You know what I'm saying?
You can meet me in the trap. It's going down. Meet
at
me
the Bando.
Mall. It's going down. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Yo, the powdered sugar on the wings was too much, but it was good. No, it's good chicken. It's good chicken.
That freaking
strawberry heat. Please don't tell me.
that glick with all the, you know what I'm saying, stuff on it.
I'm not eating a hot dog, so.
You don't eat hot dogs?
No. And the fact that you just the glick with all this stuff on it. That's
that glick one has some girth to it, all right?
Stop, nigga. Damn.
That glick has some girth
That's
to
crazy.
it.
This is the craziest
Not only
thing.
that, it was a little heavy too.
That's
you know
crazy. Listen, OHMEEZZY on every platform that's not Instagram. OHMEEZZY, OHMEEZZY, and the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. Streaming
I gotta
on
get my
YouTube.
episode.
Streaming on YouTube. I don't know why you're not streaming on YouTube.
I do.
Oh, do you?
Well, no, I got strike now, so I can't stream for a week.
Why you strike?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
But listen, y'all make sure y'all head over to his social networks. I will link those down below. You know what I'm saying? This podcast will be on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher. You know what I'm saying? All that great stuff.
Stitcher.
You know what I'm saying? Got to. Audio Mac.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Look, I'll be on Let's Keep It a Buck podcast this coming up Sunday.
This is Super Bowl Sunday. We will not be doing nothing.
Yeah. The Sunday after, we'll be on Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. So y'all, yeah, look, I'm gonna get some donos off in that live stream, boy. Listen.
Oh my God.
I'm ready.
Anyway.
But listen, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.